good morning, and a warm welcome to the Future of Work for Women Summit. It is an honor to share this space with you all today. I'm really excited for all the new ideas, discussions, and potential collaborations between the academics, corporations, and grassroots organizations that we discussed today. We're all gathered here today to really understand how we can tackle this daunting challenge of bringing this large untapped potential of about 250 million women into the workforce. I'm Sakshi Shah, your comparer for today. I've had the immense joy of working closely with Suhani Jalota over the past 5 months, and more so over the past 5 months, to bring this summit together. I lead Mahila USA, an organization with a mission to support programs and initiatives focused on increasing women's agency in urban resource-poor communities in India. To kick off this day, it is my honor to welcome on stage Dr. Suhani Jalota, Hoover Fellow and founder of Mahila Foundation. As you all know, she's the force behind this entire summit. Suhani's relentless commitment to bridging gaps between academia and grassroots initiatives has been instrumental in bringing the summit to life. And joining her is Catherine Casey, Faculty Director of the King Center on Global Development here at Stanford. Her leadership, along with the support of the entire King Center team, have been foundational in orchestrating today's summit. Welcome, Suhani and Catherine.
Great. Thank you, and welcome everyone. I'm Kate Casey, the Faculty Director of the King Center, and we are so proud and honored to welcome you all here. The King Center is Stanford's hub on global development, so we have pitched a very large tent across the entire campus, so it covers all schools, all disciplines, all modes of inquiry, and we're united by this challenge of unlocking solutions to global poverty. So we work towards this goal with along three main fronts. So we fund cutting-edge research, we train the next generation of global leaders, and we help convene conversations and events on critical issues like the future of women in work that are key to promoting economic development around the world. So this event, for me, just totally embodies the spirit and ambition of the King Center and the things that we like to partner on. So, it starts with one person who has a bold idea, a vision, seeds a bunch of conversations across communities, across sectors, across stakeholders that have a very diverse set of experiences and intuition about what might be the problem and what might be the solution. And then, enabling these people with some funds and just a fantastic staff who work just way above and beyond the call of duty to make this happen. And of course, the person I'm talking about is Suhani. So I'm also a professor at the business school here, and Suhani was one of my MBA students, and she was in my classroom. And then I went to a PhD seminar for development economics, and there was Suhani, and I was like, I swear that's an MBA student. I was like, she's in my class. What is she doing here? Because MBA students generally do not take PhD classes. And then I find out not only is she an MBA student, she's a PhD student, which is totally rare and amazing. And now she's our colleague over at Hoover, so it's really fun to have her back and to be able to partner with her. So thanks, everybody. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day. It's just a killer lineup of speakers and discussions, and I'm really excited to be a small part of it. So, Suhani, take it away.
Well, hi, everyone. Thank you so much for being here today. This really feels surreal. Thank you, Kate. Thank you, Sakshi, for making all of this happen. And thanks to the Hoover Institution for also really supporting this event. I feel like I'm surrounded here by my idols, by my friends and colleagues and people whose work I've really deeply admired over many, many years. And bringing everybody here today is really like a dream come true. We're here today with a shared goal: to align incentives across different sectors: government, private companies, civil society, academia, and funders, to create pathways that can help bring untapped productive talent back into the workforce. And as an employer myself through Mahila Foundation, which is a women's empowerment organization in India, employing about 80 people, I can deeply understand some of the challenges that employers actually face and experience in identifying and hiring productive talent. The war for talent is real, we know that. And yet, millions remain disconnected from productive opportunities. So today's discussion really focuses on women in South Asia because gender-based barriers significantly limit economic participation, particularly in this region. And addressing these gender-specific barriers will effectively unlock a huge amount of economic potential and talent for both employers and economies at large. And the numbers are actually quite staggering. We know hundreds of millions of women, in fact, I actually did not realize I could move this. I turned this off. Okay. Hundreds of millions of women are actually out of the workforce currently because this is not just a diversity and inclusion issue, but in fact, a huge business case for hiring and retaining women. So we know these numbers are really, really large, right? And we see that out of the 1.41 billion women that are currently of working age, about 60% are actually not in the workforce at the moment. So this is 930 million women globally. So with these staggering numbers, we know this is not a DEI, CSR issue alone. This is much bigger than that. It's fundamentally about harnessing economic potential to meet the critical workforce needs to drive economic growth. And today we will highlight solutions that not only show promise and identify gaps that currently persist, but also discuss the current state of evidence, the research on this, and where our understanding is still quite incomplete. Now, let me briefly just share with you why we started this Future of Work for Women initiative. Now, I strongly believe in the power of partnerships between academia and on-ground implementers. My journey started when I was 15, working in urban slum communities in India. And I've been doing this now for more than 15 years. Some of our incredible team members from the group and team that we started, Myna, are here today. But when I first came to Stanford as a PhD student and for my doctorate and then now also as a Hoover Fellow at the Hoover Institution, it's really opened my eyes to not just the role that we play in academia, but also the responsibility to bridge conversations between academic research, think tanks, and boardrooms with the practical realities faced by employers and people on the ground. And today we're intentionally bringing together the thinkers and the doers, the people generating data and insights, and those applying those solutions directly on the ground. This initiative is really about harnessing the strengths of both academia and implementation and connecting, in this case at Stanford, Silicon Valley's innovation and technology and resources with these real-world ground-level insights and the feasibility of these practical, scalable solutions. Over the past year, as we've geared up towards this event, we've conducted extensive research and conducting some direct conversations with many private companies. And we've found a lot of insights from these conversations with companies that have actually formed the basis of a lot of the business case for hiring and retaining women that we will discuss later today. And I'm really thrilled to launch today our first research report, which captures these valuable insights from these private sector conversations, highlighting some of the effective solutions, identifying these potential opportunities, and also some pilot interventions that we could actually do along with different sectors to create the sort of cross-sector collaboration as part of this Future of Work for Women initiative. Copies of this report are available here. They're also available online. We really highly recommend that you check it out. And we want to get as many ideas from you as well to see how we could really make this cross-sector collaboration possible. We face a really large gap today, right now, between the employers that are currently hiring, say, even 10 million vacancies. These number of vacancies are often not even understood fully, to the women that are out of the workforce. And these, as we discussed globally, those numbers are very large, 900 million plus. We're looking at, in South Asia alone, somewhere about 250 million women. In India, 196 million women that are currently out of the workforce. Now, how do you really bridge this gap? Well, that's the role of a lot of the enablers in this space: the government, academia, civil society, funders, and startups, and if there's any other sectors that need to be involved in enabling this to happen. Today, we will be specifically discussing 5 practical solutions that we know have had some evidence and show some potential. These are, first, changing social norms around men's responsibilities around domestic and caregiving duties. 2, leveraging technology to create flexible work arrangements. 3 is reducing employment-specific costs for women. 4 is upskilling and educating women to enhance productivity. And 5 is establishing programs to lower childcare and transportation barriers. And these solutions have shown initial promise. One particular strategy that I want to highlight here, that we will be highlighting today as well and is highlighted in the report, is around the theme of today, women in the digital economy, how we can leverage technology for these flexible work arrangements. This is born out of some of the research that Lisa, who's here today, and I have also been doing, along with now many other scholars and academics who have been focused on understanding how flexible work arrangements can bring women into the workforce. We have Pragya, we have many other people here today who are also implementing and enabling the implementation of many of these solutions. There is growing evidence now that digital jobs not only help women enter the workforce, but can also serve as a stepping stone for broader career opportunities. And the Future of Work for Women initiative, and all of you here today in the Valley, are part of the solution. We have access to digital technologies, AI, resources, and knowledge that we can help use to bridge the gap with the people and the women that are out of the workforce. So today our discussions will focus on South Asia, and we'll bring in insights from multiple industries, from digital economy, manufacturing, logistics, maritime even. And these insights should hopefully help with more global relevance and insights beyond South Asia alone. So before I conclude, I want to invite on stage, I want to thank first all of the speakers that are here. One particular speaker I'm really excited about now is Professor Rohini Pandey, as I bring her on stage to give our keynote address. She's the professor of economics and the director of the Economic Growth Center at Yale University. She's also the faculty director of inclusion economics at Yale. Formerly, she was the professor of international political economy at the Harvard Kennedy School. And Rohini's extensive research, which has really influenced policy in South Asia and globally, has been an inspiration to me, but so many others. Millions of women have been able to be impacted by some of the policy changes and or discussions that her work has directly brought together. She's a guru in this space for female labor force participation, and I say this for all the people here in the room today who've come here to see her. She's an incredible mentor and guide to lots of women, including myself, and I really, really hope that you get to learn more from her today. So Professor Pandey, please welcome to the stage. The floor is yours. Thank you.